Mahama guso kwa probo da Ghana for ase 2024 general elections no ye to aba ema no na nkramanta mu de no wa hyase dodowa.
Omampani John Dramani Mahama de ato Ghana de hye nyina animu se Vice President Professor Jane Nana Opoku Ajiman ye maame ho ato no na watwi bekọ na wieye na watwi foforo ebesimi de na kyese wa fi na adwuma ase a wabeka yensa oman Ghana mu.
Asafo aiwo omamu ompanifo ekire se ombosumi aketua Mahama kenhye ne nhyepa ntom de ombosumi aketua ekotum.
Dr. Yaosedu Chumde atu edwa se free SHS no a NPP aban ede baaye no se na nipa dodo kobie no eno ante ne papa na eye no eso.
Yabeko Ghana Immigration Service womu etua na mo amameno kase nipa be se mpimie 2000 womu achiom enkraha womu chese womu nam kwambono so ne bepie wo my Ghana mu a womu eninkrata.
Importers and exporters ede atudwa se womu da aban ase papa pase watumi ama dollar no esuwa hwan aba form sa sanse kane no komu karisi kampempem kumanim na womu ede akoto dollar ibi akwakoye wonyuma sese de ohwa hawo.
Enyuma ko bi adaroma ananuanu mienu yesinkonya na de kasebo no ebedamo aye deswe chocolate drink do here and also share special ice mineral water special drinks or the for here special what bomodia na pebi eto Best Point Savings and Loans Limited a banker Ghana for the a boy pa into new agro dial *277# na ne bank no nisa also.
And some of them can win on and you know, Yaji Edra Edebe Somo, Don Sheba, comedian de Amasa Punkuma Jesse Bene.
David Ofori Safo, Ave Yabo Era and Semno Emo. Ghana Mampeni, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, and a 2024 general elections are a course on Ghana this year, you told boom boom. Edemano na mampani chese we said the vote no eko year also ko Ghana for nyina na oda Ghana for ase enkramanta mu de no so no wa hyase enne eda manfo ase na wo kopie mu ewo dodowa ono ne Ghana de hye edi nkomori tu bia chese wo hwe enkramanta mu a ewo se ohwe na honidie ho nsam eko yie pa na etimi duaduanua na enkran etenwan.
Greater Accra as the face of Ghana must be clean, green, and dignified. MMDCs shall be responsible for ensuring the success of the National Sanitation Day event in their districts, and the law requiring every household to keep their frontage and the drain in front of their houses clean will be strictly enforced, and persons who fail to comply will be sanctioned appropriately. On road infrastructure, I'm aware of the frustrations caused by congestion in the Greater Accra region, poor maintenance of roads, and incomplete road projects. Under the big push, rehabilitation and construction of key road corridors, including the Adenta-Dodowa Road, the La Teshi Link, the Tema Hospital Motorway Road, Apollonia to Oyibi Road, Apollonia people, are you here? Apollonia to Oyibi Road, the Tema Motorway expansion which is ongoing, and other feeder roads in Ga East, Ga South, and Ningo Pram, including roads in Shai Osudoku, Adan East and Adan West. More resources are going to be available to all assemblies to implement their development projects and carry out effective sanitation programs to keep our districts clean. Cabinet will soon meet on a decentralization of the sanitation budget and make every district responsible for its own sanitation. Cleanliness will become one of the key performance indicators for measuring the performance of MMDCs and will determine whether they remain in office or are removed. Now that most of our DCEs have been nominated and confirmed, we'll begin observing the National Sanitation Day program every month. This will be a revived monthly exercise involving all Ghanaians. This time, it will not be a symbolic event. It will be legally backed, it will be properly funded, and it will be operationalized through partnerships with local assemblies and private sector service providers.
Ewo dodo wanto aboyi a yema mpanyin John Dramani Mahama ekọ aseda ewo hoyi na wode ato omanfo wo ho anim se nyame ya dom ye vice president Professor Jane Nana Opoku Agyeman maame ne ho ye papa ya ne ho ato no nyame ya dom a na wotwi a ye besi mu no ya de aganafo ebehu no ya wo ba abetoa ne dwuma so.
I begin by bringing you greetings from Her Excellency the Vice President of the Republic of Ghana, Jane Nana Opoku Agyeman. And I'm happy to state that I spoke to her yesterday morning, and she'll be back in the country before the end of next week. By God's grace, she's fully recovered, and she's going to come and go back to her duties.
Na Ghana Mampeni, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, the Apomodin Shebia Ba, Wonwa, a yadi mu deno or debebuamo, Batudi Mahama case. Mampeni Ankasande, the Busumin Sia, Akatua, a Rafutone Emu, na bedi actually Professor Jane Nana Opoku Agyeman so Edina Bosume and Naya Akatua, and so Rasa Shenu Emu. And nay, a staff for a woman, woman some penny for. Chief of Defense Staff, Edu Animno, woman Mampenia Kokasa, Jubilee House. I'm almost to say, woman so Bosunya Ketuya, woman the Ram Hamake, and Sheno Emo.
We, the military hierarchy, made up of myself, the Chief of the Defense Staff, the Chief of the Army Staff, the Chief of the Naval Staff, the Chief of the Air Staff, and the Chief of Staff at the General Headquarters, have come here this afternoon to lend our support to the noble venture that, Your Excellency, you have established, the Mahama case. We share in the goal of this venture that seeks to provide financial assistance to individuals living with chronic diseases across the country, and especially to cover the cost of care and medication for non-communicable diseases not currently included under the National Health Insurance Scheme. We are intrigued, and it is also heartwarming to know that persons with conditions such as cancers, cardiovascular diseases, chronic kidney failure, and stroke, among many others, will equally benefit from this fund. Your Excellency, that is why I and my military high command have decided to also contribute our 1 month basic salary to the fund. Meanwhile, we are embarking on a sensitization drive to urge all our soldiers and the defense civilian staff who are willing to also consider making some contribution, no matter how little it is, towards the funds. Because we know that one day, as individuals, there may be the need for us to benefit from this fund. That is why I humbly join you, Your Excellency, to use this opportunity to urge others, including our sister security agencies, to consider helping towards this noble cause.
And so this intervention is timely, and I want to take the opportunity to thank our service commanders for this initiative. It shows that aside from your primary responsibility of protecting our territorial boundaries and wielding weapons and driving armored tanks, you have a heart and soul beating in your chest, and that you have love of country and love of the people that you are protecting. And so on behalf of the people of Ghana, I wish to thank you for this initiative. Government has made budgetary allocation to kickstart Mahama Cares, but when we see the scope of coverage that we have to do with regards to people who fall in this category, it is obvious that government's resources alone will not be sufficient. And that is why we decided to do fundraising to be able to top up whatever government has given. And I kick-started it with 6 months of my salary. Unfortunately, I have been checking my bank account and I haven't started receiving a salary yet. Chief of Staff, what is happening? And so I don't know how much 6 months of my salary is worth. But I can assure you, as soon as the Accountant General starts crediting my salary to my account, I will write a check for 6 months of my salary to support the Mahama Cares initiative.
Parliamentary Select Committee ya wonom da ngoma asua no wo mrahye mu enne wonom echaman di wanim ama wonom akopie mu wo mfimfin mantam mu onimonyamfo Peter Nochu na ye dwamtene de ma ekuei wonom koya wa nantesie nyina ne se wo kohwe double track system no afei suku adan ho nsam ne niema se de esiko teacherfo ne awofo enkabomuku aya yete efre ne PTA no kwambe na obefa so na wahye mu kena ana ye egu na ho nsam eteseye eno ene ne mpanyi de wani ekodi eche.
This recess we want to focus on the senior high schools and the private universities, and your school happens to be one of the selected schools. Let me say that people were not happy when we selected some of these big schools. We know they have problems. We need to go to the big schools as well as the less privileged ones and compare. So those who are criticizing why we are selecting or we've selected Holy Child or any other higher institution should understand us. We are on a fact-finding mission. We are not coming here to witch hunt anybody. We want facts on the ground. The Committee on Education was here about 6 years ago to inspect projects. So we are coming around to see if those projects have been completed or they are still at the point we came to see them 6 years ago. So basically that's why we are here. And then in the efforts of government to eliminate the double track, which we now call transition, we want to see what progress your school is making towards achieving that goal. We also like you to tell us about the discipline in your school, academic work, extracurricular activities.
Na yedemo call Rotational Nurses and Midwives Association womu a service personnel wo Ghana fa na nyina wom si wom dodo no be se empem aduanan 40,000 na wom service allowance a e wo se ba no emma etimi kamu a ba na sa na dia ho kire kese na abedam so to mesra ban sa ban hwe na ontua emomo
temu yaya na yene sentwefo na ehyemu ha efa yala wansesa akamu a emma ho na yen Rotational Nurses and Midwives Association a ye share Ghana Registered Nurses and Midwives Association GRNMA ase ya tre NMC licensing exams na ya pass ya mprempren mu ye wo asupiti ahodo wo man mu a ye national service na se mu yen ya na chejina ho ema 2024-2025 wana wo somo man no na afi 2025-2026 wo mo ananu ya somo mo se wo mo nsomra na wo mesom oman no ya asem nyina ene se edikan koma oman mu mpanyimfo de ye namu no eye ya hometi esan se ye de kom ni ahokyere na eye adwuma national service maybe omo pe no omo to ye nto ye ko han dan ye bedidi ye betua light bill betua water bill ye befa car na akọ adwuma ni nyina eye eka nanso ye ni da so ba bia sanse ya allowance o se ba no ema esuade na so bank etimi ete niema so kakra ema ye Yen Yanu be no more share service yase, and not a honcheni yare, any near man send for tenti, a mubes and noom at one another one seato. It's yen somewhere ye cano and ne day in I say. Ye can't share or may moon penny for. Say ye ma one more and the four do 14 working days. Omo fire financial clearance MIA. Your financial clearance by a sans moment of 4 do 9. Omo fire allowance ni na ya yenti sidi ba kumpon free so. Enter your account mu. Ne hu se yen sika na ye sum aban no say ba no aba. Enya ye 2024-2025 for nko a. Ye nuanom a na anu ya post o mo se o mo so mesom o man no. Omo de eka ho. Afa ye allowance no ebeto your account mu a ye hwe se ye nuanom afi no ma sha ase enso bosumi bia so a omo so de emeto o account mu ebiem ye national service 2024-2025 for bosumi kwa na wie ya ye mududu no a ye wie ye mpese beba betina fie te se ye nuanom mpanyimfo no te ye ka che o man mu mpanyimfo na ya sre Ghana man panyini John Dramani Mahama said o share bo say ye wie ya obefa ye adwuma no ondi ne bohye susan say ye ginidi say o se a oyo enti ye wie onye hyehyɛ ya ode befa ye adwuma.
Yes sir, Omampani, His Excellence John Dramani Mahama Papa ensa dansa yem kotodwe gufem oma yesu oma ye tete ye ho enha ye efi say ebe se mosome baako du baako ekọ afinie papa ye ntwi ayeka teku sempo akora ye nya bi eya areho ye mu bebre ma no bi wo hono ma to bi kura pe ona se wo mpe na enam sika obenya de akọ adwuma nti ade so opene so eya areho na ya ahomete se ebedu baabi no unya popra de ne ka no hu na wudwane ade nti efi se bo se na akọbo ye no onfa nkoma no enti yesre o papa yesre ye nim se wo de wo si a oyo ti papa oma yesugu na so ye pa wa chow hu ye mobo na twa ye kawa ye pa chow
Kane so afọ a na ohwe nwasua ho nsem eso eye doctor ya o say edutwum o de atodwa se Free Senior High School policy no a MPP aban ede baaye no wo mu se na Ghana de hye dodo no a na ekobie na so eno ankote school no papayo anasa ade kire ne adesua papayo ana eye so amfansu so asoboni bia amase enkofo do so gumucho
ya school dey ya hunya ma bebe okobe bia mpala no nze ni je ho omani aje omani swemu etini ene mpala ebibita ho ewo school do bremu e ma ehunye ha ho ene edumapa ekoso ewo ho ni ameka no se meniti amenti kese pa no se free 2017 and Free Senior High School by say with the empala modern bono etoto ebra Free Senior High School emaena which was a social sebia Free Senior High School by empala do na tiko bi ntino ene ensohwe no onya de ne hu nsa e ga mani age say the padu do akọ school enso Emumesia entuntu no akoso eno eyade a entrance ebiase afana nyina emprobable so say padu do ko school emumesia na ho de no kofo wo hwe na prado de emomodi o school nenso Ghana de emprado do akọ school ama emumesia entuntu na sa akoso de a nurse the teacher for any headmasters any awofo eye adepabi e wo mofre emumesia emfara no so bo ho de enti be bi atochie bia no ezi ni fi ho say eye phone na emfara ni bi de bi abrodo a ema emumesia nkoyia ese efe ni fi ho na nse a je efi akwemu no headmasters any teacher for ti do so na akore bi ankofa phone so what so abra ese nkusia de na ene nse pa bi fe man kwa abusua akoso ni amini ni se ewiase nyina na okọ me onu ehwe ekọ me ama kese nyina o ntwen South Korea for ntwen America for ntwen Vietnam for ntwen ese ere ho ni me mo ehwe no kwa ni na yen hwe tu peja yen me kodu da bia e mo ehwe abema sikase mu ya fa yen to befa.
Yes, I have for na ya tonkreti a waye ba ye den sama kana ebeto amuso. Abuzafo ma munyina akwa ba yetoa ensem no so.
Yetoa kasebo no so na yedemo eko Ghana Immigration Service wo mu atu anama hodo e won kan sei emomo echese nipa be se empimienu 2000 eno machi omo na se nipa yi no wo mu nam kuntunu ase ene fi omo man mu abedu Ghana ase ya wo mu ni krata bi a enso mo ye adwuma e wo man mu.
So far ye ka say fi anopa aye sha ase no yenya 2241 emutiche ni 384 male adults and mema just omenyin and 577 male children and 525 a man paying for and 755 enkwara a man kwara in both categories, you know. And Quarano, I also seem paying for because on more NA businesses, no. Until a money at 84 and Quarame money at 577. But because of the other zones, these figures may go up. Yeah.
We have for year to us so UTV any public health expert Dr. Oliver Kombe atwetwe nkomo amanache mu se eyade a monkeypox yi bi ayiniti nanso so ye da monkeypox no ene chickenpox ntem no wa cheche mu.
Monkeypox once I friend monkey and just another virus ne efi monkeys ne niamansa na eba human beings. A monkeypox they were watch more than 30 years ni monkeypox. Na ansana obenya monkeypox no say o ne peduana ne efeni sen bed by into contact virus na bed by into contact monkeypox and in countries na will be efeni smallpox but smallpox no say and nehobium because of vaccination and nehobium monkeypox ne for the same family as smallpox na smallpox na ba nyama ba begu ho enti monkeypox no so rashes bi e ba begu ho enti na ye friend monkeypox no on say so when ya chickenpox da and the sa na monkeypox so sha say e be start say o ti pai wo ho ayehye e ya o minimum ayekru na fever na de na e wo so pa sometimes 39 40 o be fa para o be fa malaria dru we you say who to one day be I had to say be ko third day no be say na rashes be abegu rashes to start to feel na start to say bad down call na say na sometimes to me ye on same banesa be abeka say be when you chickenpox but chickenpox ni monkeypox difference kakra wom on say chickenpox entire ye we nim monkeypox tie ye onipedua no wenim ene won sem ene won ase na chickenpox entire ye wo bema na say wase ba monkeypox tie koho oho enti monkeypox no de et say rash abegu ho ngofo bebeka say be chickenpox yan test ya ye ntime ho say we monkeypox and I say we chickenpox monkeypox ye say onipedua no ho ene nsuo na virus na wem no behia enti se yemfa ne se me wo monkeypox na we nchia me wo monkeypox me ne wanya nketa ho a onya monkeypox ne bi so tia se enti se me wo monkeypox obeden we ka chem se dia me hye se e wo me nsa me hye long sleeves se me ko baby e bia maybe me ko npe mu a me hye me long sleeves me make sure se me hunsuo no enka obia by mistake obi shower said where the nipa konko washing inside with soap and water until yenina unim obi a monkeypox when ho unim obi a monkeypox in ho until be den ye be make sure say nan say yen checha nkofo bebre ana meboa ana me che obi kra me sanitizer ho na me dey say okay covid sa de na ye na monkeypox contact until say ye cause biom omo hospitals won say obi nya monkeypox no yare pobeko hospital okoho a ni honsuo no ebetumi nti say ye be share gloves ye be share nose masks. That is more hospital. No, men can't say Bianco gloves and nose masks. But more hospital because nipa kuno yare virus no wo inte se obo ho ban. Sa niama no into washing hands, using sanitizer, avoiding handshakes. Talking about who yare na onya Russia, ko hospital na yen test na ho say monkeypox and anya monkeypox. Sa niama ya na ye ho beto.
Mpempi Ghana de share say ahye ne nso a wonam kromu a na nkrofo bi womo srade saa ka gina ho a won bebom saa wom nyina ho bi firi Niger Burkina Faso Mali no ma be kromu ase na me no ka say Ghana Immigration Service etu om so sa sanse wom enam contract ne ba Ghana ha wom ni nkrata be won kwan mama adwuma e wo mamu de o ma hyase e kyesafo na mpeso msan de omko wom mamu UTV kase ne Ghana de hye edi nkomo bi som sa na mo Ghana Immigration Service etu yi omu ne say
omo ye bola ni efini no ma bebre wo man nim e ha adwen na second last time ye koye interview wo zongo nim omo so omo won krofo a omo kofo omo free Niger ni Mali ni Burkina eba na omo no omo ye sa business no omo kofo omo ba na omo sere scanner ye koye interview do omo ka kire no so omo kofa omo ba na omo no omo do omo sere scanner enti so omo do omo sere scanner na Ghana fo na omo kofo omo ba ye na omo zongo no mu no na omo ache enti eye business ana omo eye enti say ye ND saban say ye aban yo power no onfa ni nansi fam na sankrofo na omutimi ko Niger anamali ni ada country na omo kofo omo ba ha omo be sere ska na omo che no omo ma saade no omo njai ana eto su biem ye nuanu immigration fo omo ba omo homoden ma hu so omo ye adwuma nde na enso so no sankrofo we nyina beba oman nim no omo free border no so na ewuram enti ye nuanu immigration fo na omo wo ho no ya ka kiro omo se saade no omo njai because omo free omo from Niger ana say that country no omo ba so omo ba be wuro oman nim a emma immigration fo no enja omo kwa because immigration fo no so omo duru ho ana ko omo nja omo saa na omo wura mu a ana omo nji bibi na omo wura mu a
ya fa mo ma no maninya income bia edura nyimro omo saa ne mema ne omo be da rough no ma jo omo hoko edura nyimro omo de da ha ase obi kra ba aba ba jijiska omo ho no mu kwan ya enye na ase a alcohol mu se a o ma se ho no nyina tantan bola fini toilet ni ade anya fine saa de we na esa mpanifo no hwe na o mu tu ho anam because we ebia sipan ya ba fo mu ko ana ya asa do ma sa ba esa mpanifo no hwe na we die o mu hwa se e ma sa biem ni ade
ukọ aboso kan o friends zongo ho a bicha house opposite mun kokko he omo mayo ho utimi ko omo krom ankwankwa ye de ekosu ye woni pa won kran kroduo mu a sankrofo we omo ji omo hu sika omo nya ba bia ankwa toilet eti ba bia oda no ha no bene
nkola no eya umete ye tremu ye pempenifo ni bi na ye nchi omo nkoyarefo nyina ba ye omo ti na swidi mu enye fine
se aka se ye ni nye ho a na ye boa eye pa na ne ye kan se empenifo no omo momoden se we omo kọ no omo nsa ma omo kwan emo ma ebiem every say ya wo borders ye hu so omo free borders one na eba to omo ya adwuma wo borders ne so no omo make sure so omo ba omo adwuma ye oba wo fa kwale na wo bon say gates no toilet nkoa ana omo ani agum ya ne ya adwuma wa ha oba ha di ya ni 1 year unam a untimi mfa ha kan eti ya bo aban ne ne mpanimfo aba so say omo momoden na omuntu omu free kwei mu se de be ya oman na emu be ya kama
de hunya omu mpa obi a ne ni da ho betimi abo oman ne se na omu ba betimi a chi om hwe no mu nti ase nso a yen sake omu na yen fa omu ni e de omu betimi assign basis no enu no pa de a yesre
we abusuafo yetoa ensam no eso na Executive Secretary Edema Exporters and Importers Association Samson Asaki Awingobit wode atudwa se won wani age papa pasan se kane no se obekwa kwakra niema de abo oman mu a je se wo mu sesa wo mu sika pempem kuma ansa na wo mutumi de anya dollar baako enei dollar ne so hwan ye na eboa won mu odwade ho nsam so konkan.
Well, I think that first and foremost, say a bomb summer abino. 120 days now, they've been able to work tirelessly to bring confidence to Ghanaians. That's to say Ghana for Yanto Ababone, to Obama Abaya, or Wakumapa, and Odo Emma Amaino. So far, so good. John Mama, His Excellency, his appointees, the Governor of Bank of Ghana and the Finance Minister has worked tirelessly to bring confidence and sustainability in the currency. So far, our city is going for 12.6 or so to the dollar, which used to be like $1 used to go for like 40 cities and plus and more. At the point, inflation even went as far as 254. And you know, many workers, inflation has come down to like 21.4 or 21.5 thereabout. And so we have seen some stability. We are very confident with the government. And then we, of course, there should be price reflection into consumers. Say, come back and say, we should be able to see. I'm told, say, oil, fried oil that used to go about 1,600, and many customers it's about 650, 700, depending on which store you went to. And so, I know requirement to say, if it's sanitary pad, sanitary pad that used to go about, say, 25 Ghana has come to, let's say, 14 cities. That is good thing. It has brought down price of goods, and so significantly, it's going to reflect in our packet. Then what it means, and say, consumers' purchasing power, abab more. And so I believe that, yes, Minister of Trade has appealed that we should talk to members to reduce the prices. Bisamia, as Obia or Habono, Becca say I buy person anybody ember from pa on my fixed rate our temapot. On my fixed rate, whether today or tomorrow, if the dollar even move to 13 cities or to 14 cities, we know that at the port there, they are using 10 cities in calculating the duty. Then we are at par. We in government will be happy. And of course, we are also calling for that tax reforms, that VAT reforms, that get fund decoupling, that health insurance decoupling, that prevent abaya the banner cost amount for we should meet. And I'm appealing to the Minister of Finance that anemia. I'm making sure say they will engage the stakeholders so that we discuss the rationalization of the tax fees and charges. Remember, President Mama came to Habo and he said he was shocked to see 22 line items say import one car and I never buy. Uber to so and say rationalization. I think the Finance Minister budget has been approved. Finance Minister have gone to engage IMF. Finance Minister should now have a free mind to engage it. And I want to appeal to the Finance Minister and the Governor of Bank of Ghana that they should continue to work together so that as they work together, they will control the city, they will also control inflation rate.
Abusanfoɔ UTV na mugusu amohwe no yɛgye nkato aba yɛba nsɛm no nsie bebree hɔ yɛde bɛto aso ama.
ye marahefo nyina akwa abayeto a ensem no so e de amamo
yeto aso ane de mo ekọ kaso no ewo mfimfin mantam emu na ban krache a wo kaso a eye onwunyamfo set saba se wonu banini obanini atudwa che se okudu kaso a kronimu a edwadifo agye kwa ho nyina fa bia ense wo tra didwa honom tra edidwa onwie nso a no mo aye bola egu hon na kaso aye tantantan tidi omba be ne se edwadifo a okwa ho nyina wo mbetuo mafiri honom no mo siesi kaso a ma ba bia tenwan.
Say decongestion exercise our Kaswa has also been one of the major tasks. I have had meetings, my team and the representative of Omo Apply Omo Trade and Kaswa Honom petty traders, they concern petty traders. Any other person via or WhatsApp blockchain. We have had 3 meetings already in my office in less than 14 days of office. The reason why we would have to clear everywhere on the third road. And I'm happy to announce that Endra at the dialogue, there were participants in the EVN side meeting at the previous one. And almost share for Monday, they were initiating that process to sensitize their people and clear them off the road. Aside that, we as an assembly, we have had extensive discussion and we are going to roll up a plan of decongestion, the task force, assembly task force, together with the police, fire, immigration, and then the prison service. Our mobile personnel are rolling out 24-hour patrol on the place. Until 24 hours now, the mama kind they adopt the first one. Say tax force need to be juma or in 5-6 between an in 6 never come panel would have extra people almost chrono you know makasa more training sine be ya obi anfa emra bia de enhye nsem na eyimi de pi say ejadifo no mu di dwa won no mpanimfo ne ba ha na any members ne ba unity no they bought into the idea and they want to contribute massively to that. We would make sure that the agreement will fulfill our part. They also fulfill their part. The tax force is a task force because we have mutual understanding. We want to make the central business district area of Kaswa free of traffic, free of sanitation issues. In the rebranding message now, MP we can achieve that.
We are for your 27 so Eddie Mamo. Na tesano mpatam haya Ghana Communication Technology University one more enchen hwa obehunu se traffic light bi wo be se enadoduo ni NHS enya adwuma nti mede nchino ahyew ka se ka etwam na obi supersu otwa akwan mu na ede wo haw bebre ba ha adwempa yie UTV atwe camera ekohwe wo haw a ekoso wo ho no de etuamu a ye de bremu ni
5 years in the attacks one bar for repairs car we scrap dealers for no we be to 2 year maybe devices be after that internet say I want my police e be gina ho but bubo kwala especially school for clan na be suma won because one we twemu na traffic na de na ha won enti no yen pay for there be kra be tin say but time be call because edu enyumre and no pass the other traffic ho etu twema if find difficult but me dey kwala ni kura na bi suma wo eti mesra ban say whoever is in charge one ba me ma o contact so car we na ebo na truck car no man no say onto won hwe eti say actually so for 5 years ni eti no whoever is in charge no yen hwe no yen adwuma me dey many be sha me dey me na be twom ko school no free last time before ya be di Easter na say dada afi so nkwala no twem wo ha enti ya na ya risky ma accident motor susu timi cross e bia nipa e ba na motor susu cross ko enti yesra aban no ana omo hwe so no so mo mbomode no mo be sese ma yesrom In the first place, school waha. Mofanu chemwa from Alajo. Omo chemwa. Your how be me my witnessing 2 accidents. I will point way so. Normally, air police for no but this time no mumba. Traffic light we say it's going to over 1 year. 1 year. Now it's so also the gradient is very steep. The speed limit to Abeka Junction too great. And it's very necessary say they put the traffic lights on. Other than that, will occur. These accidents will occur. That's accidents we had in ABC. Very bad. But normally, sometimes, one more point in Numria and the police for no bar. But mornings last Sunday, they are not here to be found.
Has been sports for so many years now, and I think the government needs to do something about it, because when you are crossing, it's very difficult. I use this traffic light. I pass here every time I pick car to cycle. When you are crossing, they will not even stop for you to cross, and if you make an attempt to cross, you see them coming with a speed. So it's very bad. We are pleading on the government to come and help us. Since this is a police barracks, I think they should do something about the traffic lights, because it's very terrible.
Mama stop Baba within 2 days, 3 days, me who officer be our. No, dear Hammy back on said, Unquala Chomo Haku school. In any time said traffic and back off and also mamma police for on about better no more yet, Mr. Baya, a baboa in Carson because own Jina Mauna own trim.
Now, you're the more call the National Commission for Civic Education, NCC, United Nations Development Program, a British High Commission and UK International Development, Oma Kabum, Amma, Yemra Shibjafo, Ewo Parliament Afino, Womo Iron Churches on Kokra, Ediamomo.
I am looking for a strong women's caucus. A strong women's caucus that works together, of course. You know, there are different parties, but that when it comes to the issue of women, that can set everything aside and say that, okay, this is our common cause. All our daughters are looking at us. All our sons are looking at us. We want to raise empowered daughters. We want our sons to be used to being with empowered women, to bring down the temperature amongst families, among couples when it comes to women taking positions of power. So when it comes to that, for that reason, we want to see a strong bipartisan caucus that works at least on the issue of women, that comes together to work together.
As the United Nations Development Program, we see gender equality as a key priority under the SDGs. And our focus is on creating equal opportunity for women and girls who have long been marginalized. Especially relevant in Ghana, where women continue to be underrepresented in decision-making roles, as shown in a number of research studies we have undertaken focused on women participation in leadership and peace building. We've done a number of these studies, especially in northern Ghana, and the results show that a lot more women are out of the space on leadership and decision-making, as well as
women's representation and participation in decision-making processes. During this workshop, we will delve into the technical aspects of the Act, explore effective lobbying and advocacy strategies, and discuss ways to overcome barriers to women's participation in governance.
Our doors are always open to also deploy other levers, including partnership with UK institutions to learn, not just from the UK, but also other countries that have best practices to share. So under this program, we are happy to support peer-to-peer learning, whether through study tours or whether through technical assistance, so that we can learn from those who are ahead of.
We have seen for Cassia why they were so more and then you may hand your DC. Na ye kai mo say enyumakuo we nom na eboama ye de Cassia no ebremo bongo so man.
I a pep student. I say am isusu nyina edu adi twiese no. Yenim say friend pep student. Na nsen kwa na emu say say friend no toothpaste. Sanse pep student no eno ne papa isusu no ye de bidie ni body tree. Pep student chako aba. ya tu ya boss ne aye wo de twu se ma wo se fita ma wo se nya hoden your pepsodent cavity fighter pepsodent say obeda nwumre no fa mi twetwu se sanso na so ya no pa now the pepsodent twetwu se
Medende amasa ponkumankuma jesi enanwumre me ne bongo di fara ana yebesommo me kai wo semata de ye TMC fashion ene pam ehye me omo amasa man abiase omo ene suku a ye freno alabaster ene di enhwani mu obisa wo mu a onsabe ka won na mpacho atade bi a wo pam bia wo mama obi e de ahye
Menso Grosser Ventures ne pam atade ma me Fred Grosser no pam atade nyina ma wo 0244 250 420 na if you are there so say dem ko NLA Friday